Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. We were wondering if everybody could go ahead and take a seat, and we'll get started. Very special moment for all of us, and we're happy to have everybody here to celebrate with us. So without further ado, let me introduce our Honorable Mayor, Paulette Guajardo.
Thank you, Deanna. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing? Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you for joining all of us here today as we celebrate Casa de Mañana's grand opening. So as your mayor, I'm super proud to work with everyone that was involved in all of this, really. And I mean, I didn't do any of the work, but we're very proud of both teams. It takes a lot of people and a partnership to make something like this possible. So this is really, it's a vibrant asset for our community, and we're really proud. We love to be able to really get together and celebrate moments like this. So this is a community of opportunity, and that's what this represents today. Regardless of income, regardless of, how one person looks versus the other, none of that matters. This is about an opportunity for families, for children, and that means futures, and futures right here in Corpus Christi. So increasing, the city feels that increasing our affordable housing opportunities is an important part of moving Corpus Christi forward. So not only will residents here at Casa de Mañana have a safe place to live, but they'll also have access to on-site services, which really strengthens their abilities as individuals and as families, and that will carry on through their children. Such services will include things like GED preparation, financial literacy, classes or education, a food pantry, and most importantly, in my opinion, after-school programming. And this will all provide building blocks for the families and for their children, and that will provide stronger families for the city of Corpus Christi. And what I've been told just this morning is that all 99 units have been filled, and that is so exciting. And that also, goes to show that there is a strong need. There's a big need, and the city of Corpus Christi really believes in doing what we can on our part to make that happen, because it's all about the people of this city. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our city manager, Peter Zanoni.
Great, thank you, Mayor. How are we this morning? You guys doing good, right? We were going to have this outside, but too many ladies here. We didn't want to mess up our hair, so we brought it in. But it's a pleasure to be here this morning. I'm your city manager, Peter Zanoni, Corpus Christi city manager, and this is a great event today to be able to celebrate another affordable complex or community coming online here in Corpus Christi. Before I continue, though, I do want to recognize some of the distinguished guests who are with us here. You already heard from the mayor. We have District 3 representative, that's where this location is, Councilman Roland Barrera. And nearby, City Council District 2, Councilman Ben Molina is here as well. Now I'm going to talk in a little bit about why our partnerships with the federal and state government are important. And we do have from Senator Chuy Hinojosa's office, Miguel Rivera. Miguel, thank you for being here. And also, the county is important to us as well, and we do have a representative from Commissioner Brent Chesney's office, Peyton Havelka. Peyton, where's she? There she is. And I do see former Councilmember Mark Scott is here as well, right? Yeah. So I'm not sure if, did I miss anybody from our delegation or? Okay, great. So as you may know, I'm coming up on my third year as city manager, and one of the first things I did 3 years ago was put more focus at City Hall on affordable housing. We had some semblance of some focus on it, but not enough. And so in the first budget that I presented to City Council that they passed, we redirected 3 positions that were doing federal government work, where the federal government should have been doing it since they have their money. And we redirected those resources to a 3-person team focused on affordable housing and homelessness. And Jennifer and Tracy is here. Where's Jennifer? Jennifer and Tracy is here, our interim director. And we have other folks back at City Hall that focus on homelessness. So a great transition from homelessness is affordable housing, right? And an apartment like this, a community like this, that serves persons making 50% or below of the area median income are critical in that journey, either from one home to another or from homelessness to something like this. So that has proven to be successful. We're continuing to focus more on affordable housing and on homelessness. We haven't solved, like many cities haven't, that issue yet. But having focus on it and attention to it will help us get better results. So one of the things that we do to realize this is use some of the tools that we have. We have those state credits, the 9% tax credits, the 4% is another tax credit. The city has a city housing finance corporation that has been somewhat dormant for about a decade, and we're bringing that back actually with a project on Greenwood in City Council District Barrera's district. We'll be reactivating that. That helps bring financing to the table for partners that help in these communities. So speaking of that, you can see behind me the words Prospera, right? And we wouldn't be here today without this great partner here in Corpus Christi. The home-based, is it out of San Antonio, or home-based out of San Antonio, and have a tremendous impact in that community, as well as here in Corpus Christi and the region. Prospera is the leading affordable housing provider in our community. That's true. So let's give them a round of applause for. To my left over here is Gil Pettit, who is the president CEO of Prospera, and he and I have worked with each other back in San Antonio. We also went to a conference together one time, and he has a beautiful home somewhere near the ocean that he hasn't had a chance to get to, but we talked this morning, and he said, you know what, Peter, I'm going to finally get to see that house. So they're trying to find a successor, but Prospera is tremendous in their commitment to affordable housing and their business model. Not only do they construct complexes like this, but they maintain them, they keep them. Some affordable housing providers build and then sell off again, and their business model is not that. It's one of ownership and making sure the pride that we see today continues in maintenance and in service to the community. So in Corpus Christi and in some of the surrounding areas, they have just under 20 communities. That's probably about 1,500 housing units. So that's tremendous. So we want to thank them for being a strong partner here in Corpus Christi. We're glad we're here to commemorate this great event today. We're going to be at another location soon. The McCardle project will be done soon, so we'll have another one of these soon. And then we're going to do kind of a groundbreaking or demolition at the former city's fire station in the uptown area that was abandoned some 50 years ago. So we're getting 2 birds with 1 stone off that. We're going to get rid of some blight that the city has caused and bring affordable housing right downtown. So we're very excited about that. So if you like today's program, there's many more to come with Prospera, right? So we also want to thank our federal partners and our state partners as well. We can't do this, and this project today wouldn't have happened without our federal dollars, our home partnership dollars that were used on City Council's approval for gap financing to make this project possible. And then today, the residents that'll live here, the 99 units, they have a assistance through the federal government on their monthly rent payments in the amount of 70%. So that's tremendous. So thank you to our federal government partners and our state partners as well. So with that, we are going to bring up Councilman Roland Barrera, who's a staunch advocate for the working families in the community, as well as for affordable housing, and what better place than in City Council District 3 to have this project. So Councilman Barrera.
Thank you very much for all of you that are here. I mean, it's just, somebody sent me a picture today. I don't think I'll be able to show it to everybody, of when we did the groundbreaking. The mayor was here. Obviously, you know, and if you saw the property back then and the road, I also want to mention that Prospera, in partnership with the city, actually paid for the nice paved road that you have there. So they did, you know, this particular property was here, I guess, 47 years ago. So 18 years before the mayor was born. So the individuals involved, you know, Gil, Ryan, Ray, and, you know, all the other wonderful people from Prospera, you know, they recognize that, you know, this is an important part of the community. They recognize the need. You know, I tell you what, I mentor over at West Oso, as does the mayor. And, you know, oftentimes you find that children that are there are staying with a grandparent or an aunt. There's no stable, affordable homes for them to be with their families. And, you know, Prospera has been a bridge to that segment of the population to ensure, as the mayor said, an after-school program. I encourage everybody to see the community room where they have computers, where children can do their homework, you know, because having that access to the internet is just very difficult for some of these students here, and to have those resources here, getting that high school education. You know, Prospera is just not a developer. They're a partner to the community, and they're a passionate partner to try and give that segment of the community a step up. So I can't say enough that's already been said about all the statistics, but you guys are fantastic. We appreciate you investing in Corpus Christi and filling a need that we need so much. So with that, I'm going to introduce Gil Piet, who's the executive director for Prospera. Thanks so much for all you do, Gil. Yeah.
Well, good morning. So I'm Gil Piet, the executive director, and my job is to take my talking points and not repeat what's already been said. And so, you know, really for the event this morning, it kind of, for me at least, brings us full circle, because Prospera began back in 1993. And although I've been here a while, I think the only guy that was here back then was Ray Lucas. And that was Prospera's beginning. That was when we first started. And very soon thereafter, 1996, we acquired our first community here in Corpus Christi, which was Lexington Manor Apartments. And I can remember those apartments because I went to high school at what is now the John Paul Academy. And I walked by that property as it was being built. And so when we bought that property, we set up the legal entity, TG 110. And that was the beginning of Prospera's presence in Corpus Christi. And, you know, in 2002, we acquired this property, Casa de Mañana, which was 29 years old at the time. And so it took some nurturing of the property, but especially nurturing of the community. One of the big things for Prospera is that we want to not only build physical communities, but we want to build a vibrant, connected community with quality of life for the residents. And so, as Roland mentioned, we put a great stress on provision of services, and we have a full-time service manager at the property and tutoring programs and connections with the healthcare industry to make sure that we really do nurture that quality of life for residents. And so at this property, one of the big concerns was that as it reached the end of its useful life, the HUD contract was at risk of going away. And we would have lost that support for the residents of Corpus Christi forever. And the solution was to rebuild the community, be able to renew that contract for generations to come. And so that was what we committed to do. And we had a lot of help doing that. We always have to reach out to people. We reached out to the state who, it was a $22.5 million project. So we reached out to the state, the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. We competed for tax credits and were awarded those tax credits, $1.6 million, and that's $1.6 million per year for 10 years once the community is up and built. So that support came in. And then the home multifamily, there was a home multifamily direct loan for a period of 30 years of $2.5 million. And the city of Corpus Christi stepped in with home funding, $350,000. And then I've been watching the film about the Medicis on Netflix, and so I have a certain sensitivity to bankers, but I'd have to say that without Wells Fargo, this would not have happened. Wells Fargo has been a tremendous partner for us throughout the years, and they stepped in with a tax credit entity and permanent conventional loan that helped us to make this project a reality. And so we've got now 99 apartments that are housing 286 people. And out of those 286, 169 are under the age of 18. And so those services that we provide, the continuing support and help with education and tutoring, that's critical, because the goal is to make sure that the next generation can step up and step out and hopefully purchase their own homes. And so the work begins here. And that the resident services is kind of the unspoken heroes of our properties. They are here day in and day out. They help residents. During COVID, they made sure that we had meals for people that needed them, rent support, utility support. And then as we reconstructed the property and we had to relocate the residents that were here, they step in with relocation services. And so our families were moved out and moved back in if they qualified. And all of that took a tremendous amount of support. So, looking to the future, TG 110, our local presence, as Peter mentioned, we now have almost 1,500 units. We've got an additional 3 properties coming on that are going to add another 223 units. And in terms of our presence here, I was going through our operations staff. We have 55 of our operations staff here in Corpus Christi. That's a quarter of our operation workforce. And so we have a consistent presence here in Corpus Christi. And I know Ryan has been talking with Peter. We're looking to set up a branch office here in Corpus Christi. We love San Antonio, and we hated to see Peter leave, but we're really happy that he's here in Corpus, and we'll continue to work with him and with you, Madam Mayor, and to make sure that our presence here in Corpus becomes a local presence. That's something that's critical. So, as I mentioned earlier, we had tremendous support from Wells Fargo, from all of the members of the City Council and the county. Peter's already recognized many of them. I'd like to recognize Daryl Deming, who's in the back, the gentleman in the yellow shirt with the black mask. His father is 84 years old, and so he's being conscious of health care for him. But Daryl is our board chair, so he's my boss. And he and the board have been very, very supportive of our work here in Corpus Christi, and so I thank you, Daryl, and the board. And I think everybody else has already been named, so I'd really just like to say, you know, it's been wonderful to be part of Corpus Christi, having gone to high school here. I know when I first came on board, I came back and I looked at the housing stock, and my reaction was, oh my gosh, it hasn't changed. And so affordable housing, I really think, is the answer to homelessness. It keeps you from sinking into it. It helps you to get out of it. And so we make a firm commitment to the city of the Corpus Christi and the Coastal Bend area that we will be here. We will continue to work with you. And just as you have supported us, we will support you. Thank you very much.
We're gonna, so next is the ribbon cutting itself. And Deanna, where is that gonna be? Right out front. Outside? Okay. Okay, button up so you don't, right, that stuff flying around.